Good day, I am Patricia Nicole Emagpiano from FM 92, Team TEMPONGKO, and I represent to you the SOP map of the second proposed company, Safe Money Trading Incorporated. The entity has large amount of receivables. This is because they have poor and unfavorable accounts receivable turnover. Based on their financial statements, they have very large amount of accounts receivable and they have slow turnover of accounts receivables. And also, this is because they have long payment terms for their clients. This is 30 to 60 days. Based on the company, they have 30 to 60 days long payment terms for their clients. And this is because they have high competition in the industry to gain more clients and a supplier company. Since they are a supplier company, they have high competition in the market and they need to gain more clients, so they give out long payment terms to them. For the second specific problem, the entity has poor profitability. So our first cause is they have low return on sales and unfavorable profitability ratios. Based on their financial statements and analysis, they have unfavorable profitability ratios because they have low return on sales but high cost of sales. They have more than 50% of the profit to cost of sales. This is because they have low markup on products and high cost of sales. So they tend to give their products cheaper to their clients because they have poor strategy on gaining more sales and to beat competitors. Since they have high competition, they need to gain more clients by beating competitors in low markups. Now, the third specific problem. The entity's cash cannot cover up their liabilities. This is because they have inefficient cash and cash equivalent. Based on their financial statement, they have only 3 million in cash and 4.7 million in liabilities. This is because they have slow in the collection of receivables and uses cash frequently. As a supplier company, they use cash frequently because they need supplies from other companies and also receives cash in their long-term payment terms. So, since the entity is a supplier company, it is cash basis for all payables and receivables. So, their payables are in cash and also receivables in cash. This means that their cash is very low and liabilities is very high. For the fourth specific problem, the entity has high cost of sales and operating expense than profit. This is because they have unbalanced expenses. They have 119 million sales, 98 million cost of sales, 14 million operating expense, leaving them only 7 million of net income. More than 80% of sales goes to the operating expense and cost of sales. This is because they have poor strategy in managing well the assets and expenses of the entity. And based on their company, they have high cost of space rental for their warehouse because they do not have their own land for their supplies. And also, they have high percentage of commission on sales agents because they need to gain more sales and this is their strategy to have more profit. But this is very unhealthy for the company because they are sacrificing their operating expense. So for our specific problems, the entity has large amount of receivables, the entity has poor profitability, the entity's cash cannot cover up their liabilities, and the entity has high cost of sales and operating expense than profit. And we realize the main problem of the entity is the entity has high cost of operations and expenses. Statement of the problem. Our specific problems are the entity has large amount of receivables, the entity has poor profitability, the entity's cash cannot cover up their liabilities, and the entity has high cost of sales and operating expense. Statement of the problem. Our specific problems are the entity has large amount of receivables, the entity has poor profitability, the entity's cash cannot cover up their liabilities, and the entity has high cost of sales and operating expense.